Hey guys, welcome back to another video today. So today's learner driver Daya passed at Chingford Driving Test Centre with only 2 minor faults. For the viewers that are watching today, I'll be doing a voiceover, typically where learners tend to make mistakes on this driving test route. And please make sure to like, share and subscribe. I'll also be uploading shortly live tutorial videos of how learners can learn to drive, as well as creating an app which is shortly in the process of being created. So guys, the learner decided to start on Station Road where they were following the sat-nav as the independent drive, and it instructed the learner to turn right onto Forest Side. As you can acknowledge, there was a speed change from 20 to 30, as you can see. So obviously for use of mirrors, you are expected to check your mirrors when there's a change of speed. Also, the pupil is taking the next road on the right, where if you are driving a manual vehicle, I generally advise my pupils to drop a gear before this island here. It then allows them to have full control when entering the hatch marking to turn right. What you got to be vigilant of, guys, is that if you haven't positioned correctly in the hatch marking to turn right and you are affecting oncoming or following traffic, you will get a serious fault for that. So it's really important that you practice entering hatch markings with your instructor. The speed then changes to 20 miles per hour. So remember guys, the speed limit applies from the sign. So you need to check mirrors and make sure that you're 20 from the sign. Also, it was reinforced on the floor as well with the road marking that it's 20. Then the examiner instructed the pupil to pull over on the left in a safe parking place. So obviously, ideally you want to avoid pulling over in front of a driveway or just before the mouth of the junction. They were then instructed to move away. Remember, the criteria the examiner is marking you against is the POM routine, preparation, observation and maneuver when moving away. And under the exam category, they are looking for safety and control when moving away. On this road, there tends to be a lot of meet situations. It is more dependent on the time of your test, but just be vigilant, guys, that if the obstruction is to your side of the road, then oncoming traffic does have priority. However, you need to also respond to them as well, because sometimes even if they have priority, they may give you way. So respond to the road user and how their body language is, how they're positioned on the road, or sometimes they may even give you a hand gesture, or they may flash their headlights to symbolize that they're giving you way. So it's really important that you start planning and having excellent response to other road users and their obviously signal. And then at the end of this road, they were instructed to turn left. It is a slightly open junction. However, as there was some traffic, the learner decided to wait and then observe. And then when it's safe to do so, they emerged onto the major road. Again, guys, there's another speed change where it's going to 30 miles per hour. So at this point, dependent on if the sat-nav is instructing you to take the next road on the left or not, you do obviously need to drive to the appropriate speed of the road. So if it's safe to drive at 30 miles per hour and it's an open, clear road, you should drive at 30. But this is dependent again on how many hazards there are on the road, because remember, the speed limit is not a target to be achieved. However, if you deem the road is safe to drive at the speed limit, then you should drive at the speed limit, okay? Because remember, you can become a hazard by obviously driving well below the speed limit. The sat-nav then instructed the pupil to turn left and then to bear right, where they were instructed to obviously follow signs to Buckhurst Hill. Then the pupil is instructed to take the next road on the right, which is Queen's Road in Buckhurst Hill. It's really important, guys, that you do have some familiarity with the area where you're taking your test within. However, it's important not to also rely on test routes, as you should be able and competent to drive in any given area if you are taught correctly to the correct syllabus. So now if you can see guys, the speed limit now goes to 20 miles per hour, and it's a one-way road with a signpost and the road marking on the floor, as well as all parked cars facing one direction. So just a question for the viewers that are watching, obviously as the speed limit is 20 miles per hour, if would you deem this sort of road to be able to drive at the speed limit of 20 miles per hour? If you look at the road layout and parked cars being on both sides, what would your response be, guys? Please make sure that you comment in the comment section below, just so I understand that you lot understand what progress means, which is in your exam report, and that it elaborates more into the appropriate speed. Obviously, if you lot are in doubt with any sort of subjects, please make sure you comment it down below, because I will be posting tutorial videos in regards to certain subjects with both a manual and automatic car, and explaining how it will work and what the examiners are looking for.